Aloha people, this is Mona again for another Galentine gift. A miniature purse that I made out of paper, and the handles are in fake leather. Inside of the bag I put some little tissues or Kleenex. These handles are from the Sizzix die cuts. I got the pattern from my scan and cut machine. Embossing folders for the flap of the purse that I used. And here we go with the scan and cut cutting it. After I folded it and creased it, this is how it looks. I'm just showing you after the fact that I've already done it, but there will be another picture which shows you how it's folded. And I'm just hot gluing all the edges together, gluing it down with my Gorilla Glue in all places, in the corners. Try to use some cardstock that's a little on the heavy side, because when the flap goes into that insert, it needs to be fairly thick as far as the cardboard so it doesn't rip and tear. And some of my cardstock was on the thinner side, and you'll see that in the videos later on that I actually double up on the thickness of the flap of the purse because I just thought it wasn't going to last. So you'll see here in the flap, I attached it with Gorilla Glue on the edge right there. And I inserted it into the insert. You're pretty much done with the purse except you need the handles. Now here is the video on how I folded the purse. I had to fold in the score lines that I had, and this went actually pretty fast. You know, when you first do your first one, it goes slow because you're trying to understand what you're supposed to do. I guess I could have followed the directions that are attached over to the diagram, but sometimes I just try to figure it out for myself, and I'm not sure if anybody else does this, but you get pretty lazy and you say, oh, I can just do it myself, and you just end up figuring it out, and so I did. Here is the finished frame of the purse, like in the beginning, and there is my embossed flap that I did, and there I go, putting it into the slot first, and then fit it in, and then I'm showing you that I'm gluing it on the edge, on the back over there, and I'm making the handles now, and I'm using the Sizzix. This Sizzix die I've had for so many years when I got into jewelry, and so this part of this pattern, or this die, belongs to something else. And I'm only using this base part here for the handles because I thought it was cute and it's what I had. And I did want to make it out of some of this fake leather that I had. And I actually did not have to buy any of this. This was actually, I had a bunch of some samples from a furniture store that I got from a friend. And he gave me all of it. And here I am using a crocodile from We Are Memory Keepers. I'm punching the holes on the purse, and I also use that for my fake leather handle. And I got from Tim Holtz a long fastener that I put into the handle, and I opened up the two claws, and that was it. That's how I put those on. I didn't use an eyelet for this one. I didn't have the eyelets that were small enough, and I didn't want to buy it, and this is what I had. So I had made a bunch of these handles in different color, or some of them, it doesn't see that it's a different color. Some are white and some are like an off-white. It depends on what pattern I did for the purse. And I cut up what I had, and I do have a lot more. I made handles in red, white, cream, black, brown, in different shades. And I'm doubling it up and I'm gluing it so then the handles are doubled. And here I am, which I told you in the beginning of the video that I doubled up the flap to make it thicker. So I just added some hot glue, glued it onto the original flap, and creased it and folded it. So then it lays nicely down on the handbag. Then after this, I started to get some of these tissue paper or Kleenex that I bought from Amazon, They're very small and the right size for this handbag. I cut the tissue papers in quarters and I put them in all the handbags that I made. I made approximately about 20 of these. Here are some of the patterns of the Kleenex that it was enclosed. Here I'm showing you some of the handbags that I made. These are the ones that I made in the black handles with the different patterns that I had, just in case someone did not want to buy the red. That one is a black heart pattern. Again, that's black. Some of the leather came in patterns and some came in plain. That one is a charcoal gray, and that has flowers and birds on the cardstock. And then now we go into the red. That was the only red that I bought with the plain fake leather. And the other ones are a lighter shade of a red, but it also was a pattern fake leather on those. And I figured that maybe someone would like it in the red and the white pattern. So I basically cut up all of my red plaids that I already had, and I have no more, which is another reason why I added the other colors. Now here I also added a dark chocolate brown with a polka dot, and another pattern that I made, another brown with some writing on the cardstock. You notice I chose different color embossing patterns on some of these flaps. And now we go into the only off-white or beige one that I made on this pattern. And then these are kind of a off-white handle, but you can't really tell. And I believe I made about 4 of those. And again, they're different patterns. A bigger plaid gray with black using the off-white handle. A small little checkerboard one with an off-white handle. And the last one would be this gray color one with an off-white handle. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. Please watch more DIYs on my YouTube channel. And please note, I'm in YouTube Shorts. If you can subscribe, like, and comment. Aloha.